we look in and we look out. We ask if the outer manifestations of our money practices align with who we want to be. What effect are we having on other people? In our movie, It's a Wonderful Life, we've got the Baileys who do good and Mr. Potter, who's only out for himself. The difference between the Baileys and the Potters of the world comes both in the inner and the outer worlds. What makes for love and generosity? What makes for bitterness and resentment? In the movie, George's father, Peter, who refuses to foreclose on the townspeople's mortgages when they fall on hard times, confronts a mean-spirited Mr. Potter.
Mr. Potter, what makes you such a hard-skulled character? You have no family, no children. You can't begin to spend all the money that you've got.
George himself later reminds Mr. Potter that how we care about others is where true riches lie.
Just remember this, Mr. Potter, that this rabble you're talking about, they do most of the working and paying and living and dying in this community. Well, is it too much to have them work and play and live and die in a couple of decent rooms and a bath? Anyway, my father didn't think so. People were human beings to him, but to you, a warped, frustrated old man, they're cattle. Well, in my book, he died a much richer man than you'll ever be.
Take that. In our scripture today, we do not hear that it's evil to have money, but that what we do with that money is what makes us rich or not. Let's prepare our hearts to hear that word. Egotistical, and not to place their hope in their finances, which are uncertain. Instead, they need to hope in God, who richly provides everything for our enjoyment. Tell them to do good, to be rich in the good things they do, to be generous, and to share with others. When they do these things, they will save a treasure for themselves that is a good foundation for the future. That way, they can take hold of what is truly life. Dale and I have an appointment with our financial advisor tomorrow morning. He's younger than we are. When did that happen? I feel like a kid being summoned to bring in her homework. We have not kept to the map that he sketched out for us 3 or 4 years ago. He doesn't know about our new car, our new patio, very beautiful new patio, or our hopes of putting solar panels on our house. He thinks that we're on track to have our mortgage paid in 10 years. Oh, you don't need to know all this. If I told you any more, it would definitely be in the category of too much information. And anyway, the state of our finances isn't the point. The point is those feelings, the twinges of guilt, the self-justification, the rationalizations. And somewhere in there, the grown-up who made conscious, intentional decisions about all those things day by day, month by month, year by year. The financial advisor's job is to hold up a mirror. He's got fancy software for that. The lines will go this way and that way. I hope some of them go up. They'll have buttons to push to show us all kinds of different things and what might happen if the stock market does this or if it does that. He can show us where we'll be if we do this or do that. And we'll be grateful to him because we want to know. God bless the financial advisors in our midst. We want to be responsible. We want to plan. If we've been naive or short-sighted, we want to put things right. It's interesting reading that passage from Timothy while pulling together the information to take to the financial advisor. What the heck does it mean All those beautiful words. Now, I get the bit about being generous and sharing with others and being rich because of the things that we do. But placing hope in God instead of our finances, does that mean canceling the appointment with a financial advisor and just living day by day and letting our retirement look after itself? What about that letter that came through the other day? We get them from time to time about long-term care insurance. You need long-term care insurance if our security is in God. Can we just put that one in the recycling? My hunch is that most, if not all of us, hear the beautiful words from the Bible and approve of them, and then go on managing our finances according to the ways of our people. Whether that's what we learned from our parents, or from the financial advisor, or some guru on TV. Our faith parts ways from the very practical decisions we have to make about how to manage what to choose. So today I want to see if we can just put those two things side by side again and see what we see. Now, stand. We have a professional to hand out a handout. This handout has a front and it has a back. It's about 8 different stances that people take towards money. Everybody's got one. See a website there under the title. If you go on that website, you can take a quiz, and it will tell you what kind of person you are. But that's not how I want to use this handout. I want to use it as a mirror to help us see inside our souls. So, before we read it, I'm going to invite you to hold it in your hand and to close your eyes just for a moment. Close your eyes and remember God here with us. And invite God to be with you as you read. Invite God to help you to see yourself. Invite the Spirit to shine the way the Spirit does as light into all the corners, including maybe some that you don't know are there. Just as we begin this exercise, entrust yourself to the infinite knowing and the unshakable love of the one who made you and walks with you everywhere you go. Right, here we go. Now here's what you need to know. The sheet describes 8 types of people so that you can say, I'm a warrior or I'm a creator artist. But they're not 8 types of people as far as I'm concerned. They're 8 different kinds of energy. And every one of them is in each one of us. We are all, you could say a dance, you could say a standoff between these 8 ways of relating to money. And each one of them, although some of the titles are pretty pejorative, each one of them has gifts to bring as well as pitfalls to mess us up. We will never arrive, I guess let's just full disclosure, we will never arrive at perfect maturity, at the perfect attitude towards money in the sense of graduating from all the rough and tumble of the interplay of these energies. To be alive is to live in that space where spiritual and material overlap. That is who we are, and it will always be interesting. So, as you look at this and it appears material, remember that it is spiritual as well. It is extremely spiritual. It would be good discussion material for a whole weekend retreat, but we're just going to take a first look today and see what the Spirit might show us. We start at the beginning. You see in parentheses after each type, these are characters from the movie, It's a Wonderful Life. Maybe watch it again. You can see these different energies at play in the plot of the movie. Uncle Billy is the innocent, who's the one who just doesn't want to know. Sticks his head in the sand. So innocents love it if somebody else will just take care of them. They're very happy to let somebody else do the finances, and maybe give them their allowance, and they can just then live free of all that encumbrance. And it's endearing. We all start out as children being innocents. It's not so endearing in an adult, especially when the person who's supposed to be taking care of you leaves or dies or something like that, and suddenly the real world is very much present, and you have to figure out how to cope. Ma Bailey is listed here as the victim. That's in the part of the movie where George gets to see what the world would be like if he'd never lived. And Ma Bailey in that scene is bitter and warped and twisted. Things have gone wrong. Her family, their savings and loan has been taken over by the evil Mr. Potter, and her relatives are in jail, and everything's bad. She has to take in boarders to make ends meet, and she does not want to let George Bailey in because she doesn't know who he is, so she slams the door in his face. There's Ma Bailey being the victim. The victim blames the problems on external factors. Now, the victim may have a point. We are, all of us, subject to external circumstances and events, political movements in our finances. None of us starts out with just a blank slate to do what we want. But we all know people who get trapped in that place of being a victim. My finances are a mess, but it's not my fault. Somebody else's fault. There's always somebody else whose fault it is. And the entitlement goes with it. I paid my dues, but I have scars to prove it. Now, can I please have what the world owes me? Which I think is beautiful. The Warrior is next. Again, a very descriptive title. Sam Wainwright, you remember him early in the movie? He gets into plastics. He encourages the Bailey family to invest with him in plastics. And if they had, their fortunes would be very different because he ends up extremely rich. And he's an entrepreneur. He's excited, he glows and bubbles with it. And he also saves the day at the end of the movie, if you recall. The Warrior knows how to make money and loves making money and just goes for it. The bad side of that is that who cares about people? Just really fixed eyes on the goal. But the good side of it, you remember the parable about the talents and the one who started out with this money and doubled it, and that person gets rewarded, gets praised in the Bible. There is an art to it, and it's something that the world needs. The martyr, George Bailey himself, who didn't want this to be what his life was about. Martyrs are so busy taking care of other people and not letting them forget it. They don't have much left to take care of themselves. So they suffer. It's other people's fault, but unlike the victim, the martyr is busy taking care of somebody else and then making them pay for it. Yeah? Over the page, the fool. Clarence, I don't know if it's fair to call an angel a fool. Clarence, when he first hears about the problems going on Earth, is more concerned about what he's going to wear than about what he's going to say. But the fool is always ready just to jump in. Shortcuts, right? And we need fools in the world. A lot of entrepreneurs have an element of foolishness in them because who would do it otherwise? When they win, they can win big. And they bounce back easily as well. But they get distracted, right? They don't have the discipline always to see things through. The creator artist, Mary Bailey, who is in some ways the heroine of the movie, who sees the people first, who puts her values ahead of her financial gain. The creator artist is a very spiritual person who sees money as a bit dirty, a necessary evil, but would prefer not to have a whole lot to do with it. The creator artist is living an interior life, which is much more important than that grubby stuff that you have to earn in order to survive. So where I started about us living in the overlap of spiritual and material, the creator artist goes for the spiritual and wishes that the material would just go away. And I wonder, listening again to that Bible reading, if that's not some of the dynamic that was going on in that reading. Just be generous. Just share with other people. Get your treasure by doing good. You know, where's the advice in there for the tough times when we have to make ends meet? Mr. Potter, the tyrant. This is a person who is never at peace, chronic not enoughness, always got to go out for more. And unlike the warrior who may be heroic in concern for other people, the tyrant is only in it for themselves, right? These are the people who give money a bad name. These are the people who say, oh, money is the root of all evil. But underneath all their bluster, they may be afraid. And there is a hole in there, there's an emptiness that might invoke some compassion. The magician, as you see, has a shorter paragraph than anybody else. The reason for that is that I don't really believe it. The magician is the person who's arrived, who has everything right, attitude perfect, 10 out of 10. What a boring place to be. And I don't think it's real anyway. I think we all are on a journey for the whole of lives. So, questions for you. And really it's good to ask if you've heard the Spirit saying anything to you. Where did you see yourself most clearly? Did you identify 1 or 2 and 3? You say, oh yes, that's me. And if it's not me right now, it's been me at another point in my life. I wonder if you recognized yourself anywhere here. Is there a voice that piped up to say, you really ought to be different from that, you ought to be something else? If there's a voice like that, whose voice is it? Is it God's voice? Is it a voice of a parent? Is it a voice of a financial advisor? Who is it telling you you should be somebody else from who you are? Maybe your partner? I bet you saw the face of somebody you love, somebody you live with, somebody you've known, maybe somebody you struggle with, somebody from your past, maybe somebody who used to take care of you, maybe somebody who let you down. And I wonder if you can see any ways in which you've changed, any insights into the journey that you've been on, and maybe into ways that the situation you're in now is different from what made you those kinds of people in the past. I'd like to read our Bible reading again so that you hear it again through where we've been. Tell people who are rich at this time not to become egotistical and not to place their hope in their finances, which are uncertain. Instead, they need to hope in God, who richly provides everything for our enjoyment. Tell them to do good, to be rich in the good things they do, to be generous, and to share with others. When they do these things, they will save a treasure for themselves that is a good foundation for the future. That way they can take hold of what is truly life. The gift of the Spirit to enable us to take hold of what is truly life in the midst of the complications of what it's like to be alive. You take this home with you. Maybe put it away someplace where you'll be able to find it again. Because my guess is that you'll see new things this week. New thoughts will come. And maybe you'll want to pull it out and read again. But for now, let's move into a time of prayer together and listen to what the Spirit may be saying. Let's pray. This morning, once again, we lit that candle for compassion and understanding and possibility. It's a candle that has 2 wicks. There's the self we bring to church and the self who has to deal with real issues in the real world. 2 selves. And it's a gap we don't like to close, that we live every moment of our days as the person God would have us be, letting the Christ Spirit flow through us and the way we manage everything, all the resources entrusted to us. Let's take a moment in silence together to pray for God's help in bringing who we are and what we do into closer alignment with maturity in Christ. Creating God, the first word has to be thanks for the awesome wonders of creation, the abundant feast of family and friends, the plentiful riches of your presence among us. We give you thanks. We're so grateful, O God, for autumn days, gold and russet and cinnamon and crimson, leaves lit up by the sun, now piling up underfoot for kids to swish through. Thank you for refreshing rain. It's time. And the chill in the air of these shortening days. The season changes and reminds us that we too have other ways of being. Loving God, for those times that feel rife with heartbreak, too much stress and too little assurance, a plethora of pain and not enough possibility, be with us. We lift to you the stresses of the world, Syria and Turkey, Barcelona, Santiago, London. Oh God, politics rage around us, and the ballots we're receiving in the mail this week seem tame by comparison. But there are issues for us too. Thank you for every person who is standing for office, for every good and hopeful thing proposed in the funding renewal measures, for work that goes on in our name, day in and day out, by faithful servants we may never meet. We offer our voting to you. And across the ocean, Japanese people are recovering from a deadly typhoon. People in Florida are being pounded today by the rain of Tropical Storm Nestor. Animals have died in early snowstorms in Montana. Weather batters the earth, O Lord, and we know what it's about, yet we look away. So we pray for the workshop that will take place here next Saturday. People who will gather here knowing what they know and feeling what they feel. Show us your hope to spur us towards the changes that have to happen. And we pray for your compassion. Gracious God, for those times when our contributions bring more negativity than positivity, more resentment than forgiveness, more breaking down than lifting up, forgive us. In this silence again, we open the books of our hearts and make an accounting to you. Already we know you have balanced the ledgers. You hold nothing against us. You forgive all debts. We are so deeply grateful. And we commit to create more good in the world. Hear us as we join together now in the prayer that Jesus taught us. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our sins, as we forgive those who sin against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever.
Hi. Somehow, when I said that I would be on the stewardship committee this year, my subconscious managed to forget that I was going to be standing here this month delivering this speech. And that's partly because, mostly because conversations about money are really fraught for me. I had to write this out. That's because of memories of tight money and knowing that you can't judge from the outside what's necessary for someone to spend their money on because you don't know what's emotionally necessary. So asking somebody about money has always felt really intrusive. And asking you to pledge more means I have to make the same ask of myself. So this is really fraught for me, but it's very, very necessary. This church has a spirit of its own. To me, it's a special combination of the love and openness of the people of this church and this unique open space that we have. With that dual openness, the thoughts and emotions flow and combine and create something wonderful that touches me directly and brings me to tears. The Sunday before choir started, I came here after a series of family stresses, working with my husband, who carried even more of that stress. But I thought it was fine. I sat back there in the back, and tears started flowing during the service. I was surprised. I realized that in this place, this home, I could relax and just be within the love that surrounded me. And for a moment, no one required anything more of me. And at that moment, I couldn't speak through the tears to explain to some very worried people that this was a good thing. And a few weeks later, up there, during the closing hymn, I was looking out at the congregation, as I like to do during the chorus, because there I know the words without having to look, and I love to sing with you. And I felt such a rush of love. I wanted to reach out my arms and just encompass all of you. I had to look back down at the hymnal because I was going to just be in tears. And then, as you can hear, my voice gets all, my throat gets all tight, and I don't sing very well when that happens. Those tears tell me how much this place and all of you mean to me. It would take a very long time to explain to you why I never thought I would have that feeling of belonging, or why it took me so long to fully accept it from all of you. But I don't have to imagine what it feels like not to have it. And I can imagine what it would be like to have it go away. So I don't want this church to disappear. And I want it to be here for other people to discover. So I am asking you to think very deeply about increasing your pledge, or to make a pledge if this is your church home. And I am taking Dale's very insightful suggestion and repurposing other giving, because tears of joy are rare. Thank you.
Your gifts for God's good work in this place will now be received.